Ciao everyone, I'm Jennifer Anton. I'm the author of Under the Light of the Italian Moon, which is a novel that is a love story and a story of female resilience during the rise of fascism and World War II. And the novel is based on the story of my female ancestors in Italy during that time. I am doing these little videos to give you a little bit of background information on writing the novel, which I've been doing over the past 14 years. And I've got 2 videos out so far, so this is the 3rd video. You can watch them on my Instagram channel, which is Bold Woman Writing. Or now, it's very exciting, I have a Goodreads account, so thank you to my advanced readers who added me to Goodreads. You can actually go on Goodreads and you can press want to read on the novel for when it comes out next year. And you can also see some reviews from some early readers on there, which is great. So thank you guys all for those wonderful and informational reviews on how you feel about the book. So hope to see you on both of those channels. What I want to talk to you about today is 2 things. I want to share with you some dates, first of all, and then I want to tell you a little story about the journey, which I've been sharing. So dates-wise, just to let you know, either January 4th or 5th, we're going to be doing the cover reveal, and the novel will go on pre-order on Amazon. So set that date in your calendar and get ready, because the cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to be sharing along the way on Instagram some hints in terms of how we designed the cover and everything that went into it. And then on March 8th, which is International Women's Day, we are going to launch the novel. We had to sort of look at all the dates and what was right, and it just worked out that March 8th ended up being the perfect day to launch this novel, which is really a story celebrating strong women, strong Italian women back during the rise of fascism and under Mussolini's rule. So that's the video actually that I want to talk to you about today. I wanted to talk to you about women, and I wanted to talk to you about midwives. So the book is based on the lives of my great-grandmother and great-great-grandmother. And my great-great-grandmother was a midwife in the late 1800s and the early 1900s in Italy. And she came from a very small rural town, but she was able to study at the University of Padua. And that was huge for her to be able to do that during that time. So I decided I needed to go into Padua and look at everything in terms of the archives and see what I could learn. And I brought my daughter along with me. Now, I had been doing a lot of research online, and I had found a lot of papers by PhDs doing their dissertations, and they talked about a woman named Marina Cimino, and they constantly referenced this woman. So I thought, oh, I really want to talk to her. So I started emailing and trying to get a hold of her, and she didn't respond. So I ended up getting a hold of somebody else who was in charge of didactic services. His name was Gaetano Manfreda, and I scheduled an appointment to meet with him one afternoon. So my daughter and I flew to Padua, and we checked our bags at the hotel, and we started walking around waiting for the appointment in the afternoon. And as we walked around the town, it's a stunning, stunning town, stunning city. It's got a huge basilica, the Basilica of St. Anthony, really beautiful, huge, and very intricate. Really, it's such a medieval city that has been the place of so many great, renowned, famous artists and thinkers, and it's really somewhere amazing to visit. But we were walking around these streets, and just very charming with the porticos, and absolutely beautiful place to be. And down one of these streets, we looked and we saw that there was a museum. And we always love a museum. It was a science museum. We thought, okay, we'll pop in here before we go to our appointment. And in the window of the museum was a poster, and it was a beautiful poster. It had actually a fetus within a placenta, and it had light coming through it. And on the poster it said, venire alla luce, to come to the light, which is what Italians say when a baby is born, which I think is just such a beautiful way of seeing birth. So we thought, this is amazing. We didn't even know this exhibition was going to be happening, and we're here to study this exact same thing. So we went to the exhibition, and it was outstanding. It had everything I could have dreamed of in terms of information that I was trying to collect, from video examples of what was happening back during that time, to tools that the women were using, to anatomical models. It had just absolutely everything I could have dreamed of, all laid out for me in this incredible exhibition. And when I opened up the small brochure about the actual exhibition, there was Marina Cimino's name, and I thought, oh, this is so perfect. She's laid out all this, how amazing, and now hopefully I'll be able to find her when I go to meet with Gaetano. So we went to our appointment at 1 o'clock, and we sat down with Gaetano, and of course I had all of my questions written in Italian so I could study and then hopefully try to communicate with him, because we didn't have a translator with us at that point. And so we talked about the archives and if I could go see the archives, and the fact that a lot of the stuff was already at this exhibition, which I said, that's great. It was an amazing exhibition. We were just there. So wonderful. I said, but Marina Cimino, can I meet with her? Is she here? And he said, no, I'm so sorry, but Marina died in September. And she was quite young when she died. I mean, I was very surprised to get this information, because everything I had researched about her online told me that she was quite a young woman. She had been studying all of what University of Padua had done, looking through their archives, bringing forward this information. She had certainly helped a lot of people do their dissertations, and I wasn't going to be able to meet this woman because she had passed away of cancer. And it was another one of those moments where you just feel like, I was too late. I missed the opportunity. But then I realized how beautiful was it that she had been able to put together that exhibition. And I hope I get to see it again someday, because it was absolutely outstanding. So Gaetano said, well, do you want to see the archives? Do you want to see what we have here? And I said, absolutely. He took us downstairs and through kind of a hallway, and my daughter was, of course, with me. And he unlocked a door, and we walked into what was a large storage closet or a small storage room, but it had very, very tall ceilings. And on one wall, it was all windows. So there was light coming in through these windows, and there was dust galore in this room. So there were just particles floating around everywhere. And it took my eyes just a second to adjust to the room. And I looked to my right, and there was an entire glass case that went from floor to ceiling. And I sort of was looking and trying to understand what I was looking at. And then I realized that what I was looking at was a wall of vaginas. And not just any vaginas. These were antique vaginas. So it was just a wall of anatomical models from the thighs to, just under the breasts, of women's bodies, with depicted within it babies at different stages and different scenarios within birth. So babies with cords wrapped around their neck, breech babies, etc. And I realized, of course I looked over at my daughter, and she's looking at me like, yes, Mom, you always take me to very interesting places. And we were looking at this, this wall of vaginas, vintage vaginas, if you will, and this organ from which life begins, from which babies come to the light, this incredible, powerful organ. And I realized, what would it have been like to have been a rural woman who was used to bringing babies in your local town, and maybe animals and so forth, but now to have come to a city where you're being taught by a man, and to walk into a room filled with models like these. And it was another one of those moments where, and this happened many times throughout this process, where I put my hand on the glass and peeked in, and I could almost feel my great-great-grandmother putting hers next to mine. I could feel her and kind of pushing and saying, take this information. This is for you. This is for you to put in the book. And maybe Marina Cimino was doing that as well. I don't want to forget these women. I want to really pay tribute to their histories and pay tribute to what women do. One of the greatest gifts so far for me has been putting out the advanced reader copy of the book to certain groups. And I did put it out to some midwives. There's a woman named Indy McDowell who heads a clinic called the WWII Clinic in Ethiopia. She's the secretary for the Global Alliance of Independent Midwives, and she was kind enough to read the book, to volunteer to read the book, and gave me such a gorgeous review that my publisher actually decided to print some of it in the book. But it is such an honor to be able to pay tribute to midwives, to pay tribute to women, Italian women, women around the world, and really think about how incredible it is what women do, have done, and in the book, Under the Light of the Italian Moon, we really bring this to life. And I'm so glad that we can bring these true stories forward as well as the history of these women and what they've done. So if you know a midwife, I would love for them to read the advanced reader copy before it goes on sale. You can email me at jenniferanton@boldwomanwriting.com, or you can get in contact with me through Instagram. I'd be more than happy to share an advanced reader e-copy with anyone that you know who is a midwife, because I would love to get their thoughts on the book. And look for it. We'll celebrate together Mother's Day. Yes, it is going to be actually Mother's Day too, but we'll celebrate together International Women's Day on March 8th with the launch of the book, and look forward to the cover reveal because the cover is gorgeous. And I'm so excited to show it to you guys. So excited, it's over there, but I can't show it to you yet. So January 4th or 5th, you're gonna see it, and stay tuned. We'll host maybe some kind of little get together. So baci. Ciao, thanks for listening to my crazy adventures. And yeah, I'm lucky that they came my way. Ciao.